guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June 15th, 2010, and today is an all tutorial Talk to Me Tuesday. I've had a lot of requests for the SheShirt tutorial, so I'm going to show you how I do that, and it's going to be a bona fide video tutorial. I'm going to take this shirt and make it fit like this shirt. You're going to need a good pair of sharp scissors, a flat cutting surface, possibly a piece of chalk or something else for marking. That's going to be optional. You will need thread and either a needle or a sewing machine. If you're sewing on your sewing machine, make sure you have a ballpoint or jersey needle, and then you'll be ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our shirt sorted out. You need to make sure it's nice and smooth, right side out. And what I like to do is I like to fold it in half this direction. We're going to fold this in half and just make sure you get this really nice and smooth. Now we're going to use our other shirt as a template. So I'm going to place this shirt on top of the other shirt, making sure that my neck seams match, my shoulder seams match, and the fold matches. And you can see this shirt is significantly longer, but I actually like my t-shirts a little bit longer than this one fits, so I'm going to leave the length on this. If you don't want it this long, you can always just cut it off right here. This is the part where you can use a chalk or other marking pencil if you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to chalk in about a rough 1/2 to 3/4 inch, turn it around so you can see, on the outside of this. And this is going to actually create my seam allowance. And I'm creating the shape of the shirt. So I'm going to come up here, and if you go into the armpit a little bit on the other shirt, don't worry about it because you can trim that out later. Now this part's a little bit more tricky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this sleeve up, and I'm going to go ahead and continue the curve where the sleeve is. And I'm doing it more by feel than by sight, just to make sure that I'm getting the right shape. Okay. So now we're going to cut this out. Don't be afraid, don't be nervous. If you're worried about doing it the first time, use a shirt that you don't care about, so if you mess up, it really doesn't matter. Recheck and make sure all of your seams are smooth, that your neck matches, your shoulder matches, and grab your scissors and cut. Now what we have is this. Now we're going to cut out the sleeves. Get this all smoothed out. Find your seam on the bottom, smooth it out, and then I'm going to take this shirt and I'm going to make an approximate sleeve. I'm going to find this edge, and I'm going to get my chalk again. I'm going to draw about 1 inch away from the seam line in the same shape. And as long as you get the approximate shape, you'll be able to fit this sleeve back in. This is going to be our sleeve. I like a cap sleeve. If you don't like a cap sleeve, you don't have to do it this way. You could actually cut this whole sleeve out and just go right inside the stitching line and put the sleeve straight back on again and have a regular t-shirt sleeve. Let's see, we're going to snip these ends. Just open the seams up so that you can open these sleeves out. And now we've got 3 pieces. We're going to put them back together again. This is the fun part. You want to make sure that your seam, when you open it, is going to look like this. You're going to take this, going to find the center, I'm going to flip it over. We're going to pin, and then I'm going to pin the ends. This is how you do any circular shape. You pin the center, find the ends, pin the ends, and then you ease in the rest of the shape. Make sure you don't stretch too much, because jersey is really stretchy and you'll stretch the heck out of it if you start pulling it trying to make it fit. Just really gently stretch it and pin it, and put as many pins as you feel like you need. Now, lather, rinse, and repeat. And now we sew. I'm going to use just a regular straight stitch, but I do have a jersey needle in here, so that's going to make a huge difference. Just take your time. I'm going to do about a 1/2 inch seam allowance, since I cut about 3/4 of an inch, and that'll make this have a little bit more give than the other shirt because this fabric is not quite as stretchy. Just going to tack my stitch and then sew. Just going to follow that curve really gently. We're going to pull all these pins out and we'll pin the sides. Check your sleeves here to make sure you don't have any weird stitching. Just flip it open, have a look, make sure it's all smooth. I'm going to have it open inside out. We're going to align this up. I'm going to match the sleeve. We're going to match the seam allowance. Same drill as before. Ballpoint needle, straight stitch. You can also use an overlock stitch or your serger here if you want. Or use a stretch stitch if you've got it. I'm going to go back a few stitches. And then I'm just going to stitch the seam up. When I get to this point, we're right at the seam for the sleeve. I'm going to go back a couple of stitches and go forward, and then I'm going to turn just a little bit. And then I'm going to go forward, back. This is not in my original tutorial, but I found that this is a really good way to keep it from the sleeve from getting a hole in it. We're going to back stitch. And then we're going to repeat. And now that double extra large men's t-shirt looks like this. So now I have another shirt that was just lingering in my basket of shirts. These are all either outgrown shirts or thrift store shirts or shirts people have given me that they didn't want anymore, that I will eventually turn into shirts that fit me the way I like my shirts to fit me. Hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. It was a lot of fun for me to make. It's going to be fun to edit, so I will see you guys next week, and I hope to see you guys wearing a custom fit t-shirt that you reconstructed yourself. I'll see you later. Bye.